Look, I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss people off, but I need you to genuinely actually think about this and spend time thinking about it. Industrial society, which is the one we're in right now, is systematically making men weaker. And the trap is comfort. That's the first trap of our industrial society. Everything that we've designed, every invention, it's all based on making our lives easier, making it comfortable. Everything feels like progress, right? We have all these inventions, cars, they're amazing. But the truth is that they create less friction in our life. See, we evolved to have challenge, to fight against all these other animals in nature. And with our society now, the hardest thing we do is drive to work and, type on our computers, move our fingers a little bit. And so that's the thing about comfort, is that it's an inverse of strength. The more comfortable you get, the more innovations you have, the less strong you'll be, the weaker you'll be. But it gets a little bit worse, and that's when you think about distractions. The distractions in our society, video games, we have streaming services. Food is actually a huge distraction. Social media. And they're not just taking away from our time, they're keeping us sedated. It's so easy to control someone who just consumes, who doesn't build anything, who's literally just like a zombie. That's the issue with all these distractions, is that you can't even think for yourself. When you scroll on social media, you're literally being fed information. You are letting someone else choose what you get to think and feel. And that's why we see such a polarization in politics, especially with people who go on social media, is that you're just fed the same thing. And that's because it keeps you on the app longer, and they make more money that way because you watch more ads, whatever. And the next issue, which is probably the real issue, is that we've been stripped of our purpose. And this comes with all of the societies, basically. We used to have an obvious purpose: provide food, protect for our family, go out, hunt, and provide. It was obvious, especially the way humans evolved. We were hunter-gatherers. It was very clear what we were supposed to do. But in today's society, we work for someone behind the desk, cubicle, for a boss we probably don't even respect. And we wonder, why is there such a anxiety problem, a depression problem? Maybe it's because we're doing things we weren't designed to do, things we didn't evolve to do. And the system tells you, go to school, get a job, start a family, and retire. And then what? You're in an artificial environment made by someone else with their own rules. You're following someone else's rules and their own design, who don't even have your best interests at heart. And what's so crazy is that Romans figured this out 2,000 years ago. Bread and circus. It is such a simple concept. You give people food and entertainment, and that's all they need. And then the society is just sucked of economic material. That's all it is. And that's the best interest. You have sports. We have a huge amount of food in America. At least that's where I live. And everything is available to us. It's great, right? But our purpose is just completely stripped away. And it's crazy because people think societies have changed so much. But no, they run the same way as they did thousands of years ago. It's just a different form. Things don't change often. Ideas don't change. Concepts. But forms. Things are constantly changing form. And let me give you a concrete example. I used to work at a gas station, and I would go there after school for 7 hours. So imagine that. I would have 8 hours of school and then 7 hours of this job. And I would literally just go through the motions every single day. And my energy would just be sucked out of me. It was like the life just leaving me. I'd come home, I'd make food, and I'd go basically straight to bed. I'd shower and then go to bed. And I didn't have the energy. Even on the weekends, I wouldn't have the energy to build something. I wouldn't be able to create anything. I was just told what to do. I was living in someone else's world. And so I realized I needed to get out of this situation. This environment is literally poisonous for humankind. It's destroying. This is the environment millions of men are in right now. It's destroying our innovation. It's destroying our true purpose. I mean, I would work at this place to make money just so I could buy food. It's so degenerate because humans would just they'd go hunt their own food. But instead, we're working for someone else so we can get money, so we can go buy our food. And it's a degrading process that we've been pushed through, that millions of men are in right now. And here's what changed for me. This is when I was really, really deep the past few months thinking about how I'm going to live the rest of my life, what I'm actually going to want to do. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do if I wasn't in the current social system that I'm in right now? How would I spend my time? Well, let's think about how I spend my time now. I would go to work, I'd buy food and shelter. So what I decided is, instead of degrading myself in that process through job, I can just go and live just like humans used to, on a homestead, on a farm. And this is my path moving forward. My goal is to eventually be able to self-sufficient, and I'll be independent. And this way, I won't be degraded when I go to a job, just so I can get these goals. And I can live the same way that humans have lived for thousands of years. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. And I mean, really think about this yourself. Are you living the life you want? Or are you living the life industrial society designed for you to live? And if it's the second one, where you're trading your time for money, and your money for food and shelter, necessities, and you don't like that, you need to change something now. And I don't mean leave society now. I mean, you need to change the trajectory of your life. You need to get out. You need to escape. And this is why people call it, escaping the matrix. It's because you want to leave the system that you're forced to live. You're living someone else's system when you go to this job because you need to pay for your own food and shelter, because you die without it. So you need to change the trajectory of your life now so that you can achieve independence. Remember, the path is yours.